Welcome to the heart of the Scottish Highlands, where the ancient mountains touch the sky and the lochs glisten under the soft glow of the morning sun. This is a place where nature's beauty is both untamed and breathtaking. A land that whispers stories of old in every gust of wind and trickling stream.
As we embark on this adventure, taking our pre-wedding photos, we are drawn into the magic of this landscape, where each vista tells a tale of timeless beauty and serene tranquility. From the iconic arches of the Glenfinnan viaduct to the towering peaks of the mountains, the Scottish Highlands are a canvas of wonder that stretches as far as the eye can see.
Join us, along with our dear friends, as we explore these majestic mountains and verdant valleys. Together, we experience the enchantment of this wild and wonderful land, creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Hey friends!
My name is Melvin.
And I'm Melissa.
And we are Mel Square.
Welcome to our adventure for a pre-wedding photoshoot in Scotland and the Lake District. Our journey began with a road trip to Glasgow. And before we went for our road trip, we collected a bouquet of handmade flowers from a florist nearby. And Joan, the florist, handmade those spring flowers, which were in season at that time. And it was absolutely beautiful. She was kind enough to actually give us a milk carton as well, because she heard that we were going on a road trip all the way up to Scotland. So it was easier for us to carry the flowers, not just in the car, but also during our hikes. Our group consisted of a few of our closest friends. First, we had Esther, who is our friend from med school and also our current neighbour. Jerry, the drone flyer, who also drove up all the way from Cambridge. Jack, the Scotland ambassador, who kindly hosted us in his house while we were in Scotland. Erica, the dentist from Edinburgh. And John Lee, our photographer and the man who shipped us together and coined the term Mel Square.
After a few hours of driving and sitting in the car, we arrived at Glasgow. We then went for a lovely Thai dinner with all our friends, and we briefly planned for the following day. Early next morning, we set off from Glasgow with the excitement of what lay ahead.
As we drove towards Glenfinnan, we actually went through a whole valley of mountains on both sides, and it was so cool because Esther and I, who were actually sitting in the back seat, were having a nap. And when we woke up, so this was during springtime for context, and we woke up, it completely transformed into a winter wonderland with snow actually falling, a white flurry of snow. And we all exclaimed in delight, and it was as if we just went into the land of Narnia. So it's really incredible. And the UK in general and Scotland is known for its 4 seasons in a day, but this was taking it to a whole new level, and it was really cool to experience it.
I was driving and Melissa is quite a heavy sleeper, so when she woke up, she was in shock.
Yeah, it was so cool. So when we arrived around the Glenfinnan area, we parked the car at the bottom, and at that time there was only 1 train per day, so we knew we had to hurry because we were running slightly late. So we actually ran up instead of hiked up, and we barely just made it. Someone actually was it you?
What?
Who volunteered to park the car while the rest of us hurried up first?
Yes.
Oh yes, Melvin was parking the car as the rest of us just hurried up with all our equipment and gear and cameras. We reached there in time. And because it was actually a weekday, it wasn't as crowded, and it was during spring instead of summer. So it wasn't as crowded, but there was still at least about 50 to 80 people, maybe even 100, I'm not too sure. But the crowds were so kind. They could see that we were all dressed up in fancy clothing, ready for a photo shoot. So all of them actually allowed us to stand right in front, so that we wouldn't get any of the people in the background. We didn't need to Photoshop them, so that was really nice of them. And then everybody just waited in anticipation for the iconic train to pass by. So if any of you are Harry Potter fans, you would recognize this train. As we watched the train pass by, the sound of the train moving, as well as just looking at the entire steam coming out of the train, was so magical. Honestly, even if it wasn't a photo shoot, I think we would have been so in awe, and it was really an experience of a lifetime.
And getting up to that place to take the photo is actually also relatively easy as compared to other hikes. So you can actually do it in a nice dress and don't really have to worry about it getting dirty or soiled.
And after the train passed by, we spent just some we spent quite some time just exploring around the viaduct, taking photos above the viewpoint as well as below. There's some big arches of the bridge which the train actually passes by, and some streams. And it was really beautiful because it was springtime. Some of the mountains were still covered in snow on the top of the peaks. So there was a beautiful juxtaposition of the wildflowers on the base of the mountains with the snow-covered peaks on top. Very beautiful. From Glenfinnan, we then went by to Glencoe, which is one of the beautiful drives in Scotland. Honestly, actually, almost every drive in Scotland is beautiful, and Scotland really is a place that is very special to our hearts because we have really good friends over there. So we go up quite a lot, and we had the sight of the three sisters greeted us, and it was really beautiful with the snow-covered mountaintops. Absolutely magical.
The next day, we went to Ben An. There was a specific car park dedicated to the trail, and we went there very early in the morning and walked up the trail. We went up the mountain, and some of us, I think, were a little bit more heavily dressed, not knowing that it will be kind of hot and will be quite a long hike all the way up. And so midway up, they started shedding clothing.
Yeah, always dress in layers in the UK or in Scotland because the weather is so unpredictable. One moment it can be really cold and one moment it's really hot.
And when we reached the top, the view was absolutely beautiful.
The mountain peak was really stunning with the loch in the background. And it was really nice because we actually hiked with a group of our very close friends. So I feel like the journey was really what made it even more special. Not just the photos, but just going up together, and we just stopped at the peak having lunch. We just shared whatever little supplies that each one of us had, like some bits of sandwiches and like snacks. And it was just really nice, and our friend Jack just laid on the rock. And part 3 of our pre-wedding photo shoot, we went to the Lake District, which was our favourite place in England. So Lake District is actually the largest national park in the UK, and it's quite close by to where we live, so we go there quite often. And our friends Joan and Erica were kind enough to come down from Scotland. We met there, and we actually spent some time around Keswick area. We actually started with lakes. So because the sun actually set slightly later in late spring, what we did was we went to some of the lakes to take some photos. It was a really chill, fun time. We had some ice cream, then we went for a lovely dinner, and then we ended with a sunset hike, which was absolutely beautiful. The sunset sky was my favorite colors of blue and pink, and it was such a lovely day and lovely way to end. So what do you like most about our pre-wedding photo shoot?
I like that we went to a variety of different places and saw all the beautiful scenery with our friends and shared all these moments so that we'll be able to take all these moments and cherish it for a lifetime. I'm really thankful to John and Erica who came all the way down to take photos of us.
Thanks guys!
Thanks so much guys. And we actually made it into an album that we can look on, and we actually displayed the album at our wedding as well for people to look through.
I think for me, like the best part, honestly, and it applies to life as well, it was the journey. It sounds so cliche, but I honestly, truly believe this. The journey is also so important and it's so beautiful, and not just the destination. And I think what made this trip really special was that we were able to spend time with our close friends, and it was taken not by professional photographers or videographers, but actually friends who were really close to us, and we grew up together, and it was an absolutely beautiful time. And I remember when we came home, I just felt so overwhelmed with like gratitude, and I'm just thankful that although the journey was filled with some unexpected moments, it was also a lovely time exploring breathtaking scenery, and it was a perfect prelude to our wedding, capturing the essence of the adventure, love, and togetherness that we cherish so much.
If you like our videos, please remember to like and subscribe and follow us for more adventures.
And if you want to check out our wedding video, do click down below. See you next time.
Bye.